My empties bin is pretty full, so it is time for another empties video. I actually have two bins. I keep one in my bedroom. This one was from Superdrug, and then there's also one from Makeup Revolution, and this one's got like two compartments for waste and recycling. And this has just become a really handy way for both me and my housemate to make sure that we dispose of our bathroom waste responsibly. I really do recommend getting a second bathroom bin for stuff in your bathroom which can be like recycled. We just got a separate one where we put our reasonably clean empties into, and then once it's full we'll handle the recycling aspect of it all. And it helps me out to know when it is time for me to film another empties video. For those of you that are familiar with me, it won't be any surprise to find out that everything in this haul will be vegan and cruelty free, and a lot of the products will also be sustainably focused, because that is something I do a lot around here as well, so that's what you can expect. If you're into vegan, sustainable, cruelty-free living, please do hit like and subscribe as well, because I think you'll love it over here. First up, oh god, I feel bad. At the top we have quite a negative review, but here I have the whitening mouthwash, which, okay, I have mixed reviews on, I guess. But overall bad review. I definitely had a really good first impression of this product. It is a vegan mouthwash. It has fluoride in it, and it's actually quite hard to find like eco-friendly mouth care products which have fluoride in it, which is what dentists recommend. For some reason it's a controversial ingredient. It tastes delicious. It's strawberry and mint flavored, so I really enjoyed that. It was made with 50% recycled plastic and 50% plant-based plastic. My user experience of this was wonderful, but I did notice my mouth actually seemed really vulnerable to ulcers. I'd say that happened like 2-3 times before I kind of connected the dots and thought this could be causing it. I still don't know for certain, but I do not suffer from ulcers, and this year I got it really bad one weekend when I just started using this, but I connected it to going to my nan's house for the first time in ages, and like all the food there was junk food. So I put it down to me just eating really unhealthy food for the first time in forever, because this was just as like lockdowns finished. And then I tried using this to kind of help my mouth recover, and it just took forever to recover, like 2 weeks for these ulcers to go. They kind of got worse, and then I just stopped using this. I was so gentle on my mouth, and then a few months later I picked this back up again, and then I noticed I got ulcers again, and now I'm just too scared to use it, and I poured the rest of it away because I think it is what gave me ulcers, because I never get ulcers until I started using this. So as much as I wanted to love this so badly, it really hurt me. Next up, we have actually two products that I love. Well, one product, two empties. I actually think one of them's mine and one of them's my housemate. We both have very similar skin type, and both found that this facetheory clarifying cleanser did wonders for our combination skin and has really helped us have like clear skin. It uses like AHAs, BHAs to really keep your skin clear and fresh, like keep all the dead skin at bay. I've said it before, I've got a whole video on it, which I'll link down below, about how facetheory kind of like changed my skin and gave me skin I never thought I could have before. I've also got a blog post about it, so I'll leave both those below because I don't need to yammer on about this in every video I do. But you may also have noticed that these are glass jars, and when it comes to recommending plastic-free skincare, which is full of like effective ingredients, I always love to recommend facetheory. Not all of their products are plastic-free, but where possible they do their best. So for example, this cleanser comes in glass bottle with aluminium lid. A lot of their products do come in aluminium, but they do use plastic every now and again, but they just are looking for the best sustainable options when it comes to packaging. Next up we have Pi. This is their British Summertime Sensitive Sunscreen. If you guys aren't that familiar with Pi, they are an incredible vegan and cruelty-free brand that really focuses on catering for sensitive skin. And I did really enjoy this sun cream. I have a separate review video, which I'll also leave down below. But for me, I didn't find it left a white cast. But yeah, obviously my experience is limited in that department. I am kind of olive skinned, so obviously I do sometimes struggle with it. I wouldn't say this was my favorite SPF, and it is also one of the more expensive ones that I've tried. One reason I'm distancing myself from Pi products is because they have recently taken like big investment from someone from the Clarins family, and if you don't know, Clarins are like a beauty brand who are not cruelty free, and that just puts me off Pi. It's not quite the same as having a parent company, but it's still murky waters that make me a bit uncomfortable. Here we have another facetheory product. This is a pink clay AHA face mask with kale and clay, vitamin C and lactic acid. Like I've already mentioned, I'm a huge fan of facetheory. All of their products are also vegan and cruelty free. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. They are Leaping Bunny certified cruelty free, which is like best level of cruelty free, and obviously no parent company. Clearly, you know, I'll mention if there is any issues in that area. But I love this mask, and I have since repurchased it as well. I've literally cleared it out. This is another mask that just really lends to my skin type, so combination skin. It just helps keep my skin fresh. It helps clear away the dead skin so I don't get any clogged pores, so I've just got like my fresh skin out enjoying its life. I've got this face mask and also like a green tea one, which is just a little bit gentler. I love both of them. I have both of them, and I tend to repurchase them pretty much ASAP if I run out. Now we have Glory. This is a conditioner from Lush. This is actually part of the hair care range, which was specially formulated for afro hair, so it's super hydrating. Lay it on thick. Our richest offering is packed with coconut cream to intensely moisturize curly, coily or heat treated hair. This smells so delicious and you can really smell it linger in the hair. Oh, it's kind of sweet but kind of citrusy. I don't know the best way to describe it. This was like really nice and hydrating on the hair, and I didn't find that I struggled with like extra hydration because my hair is obviously not like afro hair and that is what it's made for, but my hair does really like a good hydrating conditioner. And I do love that it comes in one of these little tubs. You can take these back to Lush. They have a whole in-house recycling system. When it comes to buying plastic, I never feel too guilty about the Lush plastic because I've actually been to their factories and seen that in use. I do need to clean this properly before I return it to them, by the way. There is still a little bit of product in here, but the problem I had with this is that I just didn't feel like it lasted that long, so the value for money just wasn't there for me. I felt like this maybe lasts me a month, maybe a month and a half. I do use a lot of conditioner. I'm always out of conditioner before I'm out of shampoo if I buy like a combo. If you want a nice thick, nice smelling conditioner from Lush, I would recommend Candy Rain over Glory. For me, I love Candy Rain. That is my favorite conditioner, and I haven't had it in ages because I've just been sent so many conditioners this year that I needed to try instead. But next time I am buying myself conditioner, I'll probably go for the Lush Candy Rain because it's so beautiful. Speaking of conditioners, I recently also had the Vita Coco coconut conditioner. So Vita Coco, the coconut people, released hair care this year and I got to be part of their campaign, and I got their sensitive scalp products. So I got their shampoo and their conditioner. I absolutely loved them and they lasted so long. I do tend to opt for like plastic free, particularly with shampoo when I can, but this is like a 75% recycled bottle. It is vegan, it can be recycled, so if you do like to buy your hair care in bottles still, this isn't a bad option as far as plastic goes. And also Vita Coco are a B Corp, which is one of the best certifications you can have for being a good company, really. So that is a really cool certification for them to have. I just felt like my hair was super healthy on this. This bottle just lasted so long, like months and months. I was really impressed with that. It's like £10 a bottle, but considering the quality of it, I think it is a good investment, and considering how long it lasts as well. And I'm also a big fan of the shampoo. Together they just worked really well for my hair, and this just always left my hair feeling nourished. So I do recommend this, especially if you have a sensitive scalp, because this is the anti-dandruff shampoo for sensitive scalps, and it just felt really luxurious. It didn't feel like a anti-dandruff shampoo and conditioner. I still have a little bit of the shampoo left. Like I say, I always finish the conditioner first, but yeah, beautiful combo, really recommend. So next we actually have something from the Vitaskin range, which is a Holland & Barrett skincare range. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but they sent me out a lot of it last year. It just wasn't really the right skincare for me. I have given a couple of pieces to some friends and everyone's come back with rave reviews, and I noticed that my housemate kept the vitamin A retinol night cream. So yeah, I didn't really notice that my housemate finished this, and that is a good sign in itself, because she wouldn't really put herself through finishing a skincare product if she didn't like it. I've just texted her asking her what her thoughts were on it, and she said I really liked it. So not exactly the detailed review I was hoping she'd send through, but yeah, she's a fan of it, and it is like just a vegan night cream which has retinol in it, and it'll be a vegan retinol, so if you're looking for something like that, this is quite good. Next up, this is clearly packaging, but we're going to talk about the Humble brush. This is from Humble Co, which I think are a great company. They do a lot of like eco-friendly stuff, especially if you're looking for things like floss or like the toothpicky floss stuff. God, I do not know the words that I'm trying to use, but they have quite a few good things for dental care which are eco-friendly as well as vegan and cruelty-free. So yeah, the box is made from recycled materials, and then the inside wrapper is made from paper and is compostable, so it's not like one of those things where you think you're buying a toothbrush in like plastic-free packaging and then once you get through the cardboard you're left with a bit of plastic. I often buy this toothbrush because one, it's eco-friendly, and two, you can find it in places like Superdrug. It's just if I'm looking for an eco-friendly bamboo brush, this is the easiest one to find. I do not use these as a standard. I do have an electric toothbrush which I usually use, but sometimes like if it's early in the morning or late at night when my housemate might be asleep, I'll use a manual brush instead. And sometimes I just fancy giving them a manual clean, so I have two toothbrushes basically. But this one I find just sprays really fast. It just gets all agitated and bristly and ineffective really fast, and that's possibly due to my toothbrushing method, but I find it's just not as durable as other bamboo toothbrushes I've tried, and I'm trying to think what other ones I've tried, but I generally tend to pick them up in TK Maxx in whatever odd brands they have going there, just because that tends to be the most affordable place to pick them up. I can't think of any other brands, but I don't love this one, basically. Next up, more packaging. So this is the Superdrug charcoal whitening tooth powder, sorry. So it's a blend of charcoal powder, cleaning ingredients, and a minty flavor. So I'll use this every now and again. I do often have dentists kind of message me every time I recommend something with charcoal, so I am quite hesitant about recommending too many dental care products. I just want to put an alert here saying, like, I'm not a dentist, I don't know anything about dental care, I'm only talking about personal user experience. For me, I love a bit of charcoal powder on my teeth. If they ever start looking a little bit like yellow, I'll brush them with this twice a week for a couple of weeks until my teeth look a bit whiter again, and then I stop, because I think once they start looking a bit whiter, that's when the charcoal can kind of be abrasive. So it's only when they start looking a bit yellow I'm like, they need a little extra exfoliation maybe. Again, this is just how I experience it. This is my views on it. Not a dentist, not a healthcare expert. When I do use it, it doesn't replace toothpaste. I'll use it before brushing my teeth with toothpaste. Next up, I've finished a shower gel from Lush. This one was called Wash That Man Right Out of My Hair. This was an exclusive from the February kitchen subscription box, so you can't buy this, which is a shame. I really enjoyed the smell of this one. The thing about Lush shower gels, sure, they're expensive, but they do last a very long time. When you're done with them, you can take them back to Lush. You get 50p off your next purchase, or if you take 5 empties with you, you get a free face mask. I think that is with all empties these days, but it might just be with the pots, but I'm pretty convinced it's not. That is one of the good things about Lush, and like I said earlier, they have their own in-house recycling, so you know it's going to be taken care of the best way it can be. I trust Lush to do recycling properly much more than I trust like the government. So this one had figs in it, enzymes, vitamins A and C. I really enjoyed this one. Like I said, Lush shower gels tend to last forever, so I feel like when you are considering the amount of plastic that is used for it, if you buy a shower gel that's more concentrated, it is better environmentally, like compared to a similar product in plastic that is 99p and will only last you 3 weeks, when this one lasts me like 3-4 months, like crazy long. They are just so good. I would say though, often the colors of them, mine tend to drip off my loofah and just like leave a stain around the bath, so that's kind of annoying about them, but I still keep buying them because they're my favorites. So it's annoying, but not annoying enough. I feel like all the Lush stuff is at the bottom, but here I have the Coco face mask. This was a deliciously indulgent face mask full of rich almond butter and absorbent cocoa powder. It was very chocolatey, it smelled really delicious, obviously vegan. This one came in the Fresh and Flower subscription box in February and is now a permanent product. For all of the Lush face masks, you should keep them in the fridge and use them reasonably soon. But this one in particular, this one went off in my fridge and I was quite disappointed by that. I would not recommend this to someone who takes their time going through their face masks. If you've got one face mask that you'll use like twice a week and will share with your housemates maybe, then I would recommend this. But if you are only looking to reach for it once in a blue moon, definitely don't get this, because it does not have long enough shelf life, because it is such a fresh product. Still think it could make a good gift at Christmas, but again, only if you're buying for someone who will use it fast, and please do explain to them that they need to keep it in the fridge and that it needs to be used fast. So maybe it wouldn't be a good gift, because who wraps a gift and keeps it in the fridge, or keeps a gift in the fridge until it's ready to wrap? So I love that it's called Coco. We love a Mean Girls reference. I got a sample of the big shampoo. Basically, it's full of sea salt. It makes you feel like a mermaid, but definitely just wasn't that fun to use. It was just a difficult shampoo to use in my opinion, and you have to spend all that extra time washing out the salt. Not a big fan of Big personally, but I know so many people loved it because we spoke about it on Instagram. It definitely divided people. So see if you can get a sample if you are curious about it, rather than diving right in. Next up we have Pecher Mignon. It was a body mask and it was made with peaches, and it was so good for like putting on the bum. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I love to put a good face mask on my bum, which is a sign for I do occasionally get a few bum spots and this helps. This I did enjoy, but it was another product that went off too fast for me, so that is why these two are already in this pile, because it does take me a while to get through face masks. They're quite indulgent and I already have quite a lot, so for the regular person maybe it wouldn't be too difficult to get through them, and this one didn't go off as fast. But for someone like me that has a million on the go at once, because I get sent so many products and I'm always trying out so many products, the shelf life just isn't long enough. Next up we have the Child's Farm SPF. I did cut it apart to get every last bit. This is one of my favorite SPFs. So basically I am one of those skin types that gets really oily in the summer and then really dry in the winter. So in the winter I really love this SPF. I double it up as a moisturizer, so it is kind of oily, but I kind of need that in the winter when my skin gets really dry. and it's vegan, it's unfragranced, it's gentle enough for baby skin. I really do recommend it if you've got sensitive skin and if you've got dry skin. And it's one of the most affordable options I've tried for SPF. It lasts ages, and if you try it and you don't like it, at the very worst, it can be an incredible hand cream that protects your hands from the sun, because second to our faces, the first place people notice sun damage, and especially in the like aging side of things, is going to be your hands. If you ever do have an SPF you don't love, just use it on your hands. On the topic of SPF, here we have the Revolution SPF 30 Protecting Boost Vegan, cruelty-free, fragrance-free, oily skin SPF. Both of these SPFs I've done whole videos on if you want to take a deeper look actually, but this one is my summer SPF that I fell in love with. It is so good for oily skin, and it just kept my skin looking so fresh all summer. I know we didn't have much of a summer, but still, like, just the warmer weather makes me so oily, and this has just made me not be oily. Felt to me like an SPF and an oil reducing primer in one, so I absolutely adored this. In the last few weeks I've used this alongside a moisturizer where it's just been a bit grayer, but for the majority of summer when it was sunny, I would just use this on its own. There were a couple of things I didn't like about this. I know for a fact it's not reef safe, which is disappointing and obviously not something I really want to contribute to, but normally when something's not reef safe, they tend to sink in really well and leave like no white cast. Another thing I didn't like about it is just like this translucent jar. I just don't think an SPF should come in a jar that can be penetrated by the sun. Surely that will decrease the utility of it, so I kept this in a drawer just to protect it where I knew the glass jar wouldn't do so. This is another SPF that is really affordable. I think it was around £10, and I think it was the same for the Child's Farm one, and both of them lasted a good amount of time. I'm always happy to have affordable beauty recommendations. I've also got a couple of cleaning products in this empties list. I hope that isn't an issue. I'm sure you guys will enjoy that. Obviously vegan and cruelty free again. I got sent some washing up liquid from Kinn Living. I've also got some laundry stuff of theirs as well. This was Sweet Orange Eco Washing Up Liquid, which was natural, biodegradable, non-toxic plant power. I would say it was definitely an effective washing up liquid. I know sometimes you think with these things you just won't be able to get a proper clean out of it. You definitely could. However, the issue that both me and my housemate found with it is that compared to like regular washing up liquid, so what we typically use is the cruelty-free vegan own brand washing up liquid from the Co-op. Compared to that stuff, this just felt very watered down, I guess, less concentrated, so I felt like we had to use more to get a good foam on a sponge and a good clean, and we felt like we were topping up the sponge a lot more using this, so we just felt like this bottle didn't last as long. It's not like hugely expensive, it costs like £3.50 for a bottle, but considering like washing up liquid's normally about £1 max really in a supermarket, especially if you're going own brand, so it's kind of expensive when you like think about it relatively like that, and I wouldn't buy it again. I am much happier just sticking with the Co-op one, just because I think a concentrated formula that takes you longer to get through, which is also more affordable and still vegan and Leaf & Bunny certified, I'm just happy using that. I've also used their laundry stuff, so if you're wondering how that performs, I just wouldn't say I've noticed a difference. Like, my clothes are still coming out clean. I wouldn't say I've been blown away by it. It works well. There's no difference. If you have been checking them out, that's my feedback so far. Those are the products I've tried. Oh, another Lush product. So this one I do love. This is the Cup of Coffee Body Face Mask Scrub. I would say this is actually one of my favorite products of theirs. It's just a really nice gritty coffee scrub. It smells a lot like coffee. I can still smell it even though it's a clean tub. Just lingers. It's so beautiful. I didn't really use it as a body mask. That just felt a bit too difficult. There's not much you can do when you're slathered in coffee scrub. This has fresh ground coffee in it and agave, and it's just like beautiful. I would leave it on my face and then you kind of like buff it off, and it would just be a beautiful exfoliator. And when I was like reaching the end of the bottle, when it was all like the dry bits on the side, that was so good for buffing out the skin. It was like so dry and such a good exfoliator. So I already have another one of these in the bathroom, a smaller pot, and I think I was gifted this, and I was actually also gifted a smaller pot, so I've been very fortunate. But next time I run out of coffee scrubs, I will definitely be going back and getting another one of these, because it's one of my favorite Lush products. I really do love it and recommend it. We have another cleaning product here. This one is from Method. I think my housemate may have actually bought this one. So this is the Daily Kitchen Cleaner. They are a B Corp. They are certified cruelty free. I'm pretty sure this one was vegan. Are all their products vegan? I tend to not buy Method, if I'm honest. Their parent company aren't a cruelty free company, and I try to avoid the parent company sitch when I can. I would say my go-to places for cleaning products are M&S and the Co-op own brand products. They're both Leaf & Bunny certified, and they're both good brands that I'm happy to support, and they're both super affordable as well. I always have an empty of this one as well. This is the Porebright N10 serum from Face Theory. I already had one like stocked up for when I ran out, but I couldn't remember where I put it, and I had like 3 days of out of it, and I've got like the smallest like you can't even see it. I've got a small breakout on my chin, and then I've got like this spot up here. I just don't get spots anymore. Like, old me would be pissed off when we've been complaining about these minor breakouts. This is the worst skin I've had in like 2 months. This is like bad skin for me now. This used to be good skin for me because for the majority of it, my skin is clear. Yeah, sure, I've got a blemish, but you can see the rest of my skin. It's just like clear, lovely skin. Like, people are always complimenting me, like, you have such lovely skin, and I never used to have that. It is all down to these two Face Theory products. I say it all the time. I actually do. Now this makes it sound fake, but I actually do have a discount code with Face Theory. I've been preaching about them for a long time. I worked with them earlier this year. It's Vegan Beauty Girl 25 for 25% off, but they often have great sales going on anyway. Sometimes you can use my code on top of site sales. Just give it a go. But if there's a better code going, feel free to use it. I don't get paid on people using that code, but obviously it is tracked. So the more people that use it, the more Face Theory are gonna wanna work with me again and again. So I don't like directly get paid from it, but it still benefits me. So that's my like disclosure there. This is their porebright N10 serum. It's got niacinamide in it, and I believe that's the ingredient that really cleared my skin out. I just should never be without it. Those 3 days, I knew I was damaging my skin, and it's only when this big spot appeared yesterday that I was like, okay, I really need to find that. It was 11 p.m. and I was just hunting through my boxes, and I found it, and I slathered my face in it last night. My skin will be back to normal ASAP. I've got a candle in here. Like I said, I'm shaking things up a little bit. This baby powder one, when we first got it, both me and my housemate sniffed the candle, and we were like, that's not that nice. We kind of regretted what we'd done, but then when it burned, it was beautiful. We were both crazy about it. So this is just a really nice scent, and I also think it's a good gift for anyone who's like pregnant, just had a baby, whatever. I recently went to a Vita Masks event, and I got so many of their vegan products in a goodie bag. They're not a fully vegan brand, but they're like phasing out their non-vegan products, so just keep an eye out when you order from them. And this is one of their biodegradable masks, but it's not in biodegradable packaging. But they also have a new mask range which is in biodegradable packaging. That is quite a nice treat if you like a face mask. I've definitely avoided cheap masks in the past just because sustainably I would recommend just getting a mask in a jar. I just think that is a lot better. Even if you are getting something that's biodegradable, if you're getting something single use, that is always going to be worse. But they are nice as the odd treat, and they are quite enjoyable. They're good for the skin, so if you are interested, definitely check out Vita Masks, especially new range, because like for a while now I've seen people do like biodegradable masks but then not talk about the fact that their packaging isn't biodegradable, recyclable or compostable, whereas Vita Masks now actually have a biodegradable mask in a biodegradable packet, which yes, that I can approve, that I'm happy with. Here is another thing that my housemate used up. I would have been gifted this somewhere. I don't use shaving gel basically. My legs are happy enough with me using a conditioner or a shower gel. Normally I will use a conditioner that my hair didn't like. If I get something that doesn't quite agree with me, I'll often try and find another use for that. So if I get a conditioner that doesn't work for me, I'll often use it as a shaving cream. But my housemate really enjoyed this legs and body shave gel. She likes shaving gel. It's for sensitive skin, but I remember when I first tried it, I could tell it had a scent to it. I don't think it was that good for sensitive skin, especially when you're shaving. I do tend to avoid anything like particularly fragrance, but this one is vegan, it's cruelty free, alcohol free and dermatologically approved. So if you are looking for a shaving gel that is vegan, then head to Superdrug because they are so good for all those weird and wonderful basics. Okay, we are nearing the end, I swear. But now we've got a biossance, squalane and vitamin C dark spot serum. I really enjoyed this. This had 10% vitamin C and white shiitake mushrooms, right? And this helps to visibly improve discoloration. I really enjoyed this, and I felt like it did a good job of evening out my skin tone. I was still struggling with sort of like acne scars. This helped a lot as well, as did the sunlight. When the sun shines, I find that does a really good job of helping out there. So I tend to not struggle with it as much in the summer as I do in the winter anyway. At the bottom here, I have the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Cleansing Balm. I really enjoyed this. I found it really nice to use in the mornings, especially in the winters. It wasn't too hard. Sometimes I find cleansing balms take a bit too long to melt on your skin in the winter, whereas this one was perfectly fine for that, and it's a really nice affordable balm as well. e.l.f. are really good for budget-friendly skincare. It's a nice one. It also melted off makeup really well too in the evenings. And then last up here, I got this oil to milk formula from Beauty Cleanse Skincare. This was like made with cabbage, cranberry and hemp. It's a good multi-purpose product, and it used like upcycled ingredients. It's definitely a brand that is really good with like sustainability, and I really do recommend them for very effective skincare, which is using a lot of like fruit and veg kind of crammed into it. And one of my favorite things about this is that I've tried a lot of like oil to milk cleansers, and this is the only one that has actually really worked for me. By oil to milk, basically, you know when you use like a cleansing oil that's like really oily and it's really hard to just wash off with water, right? So you have to get a cloth involved. This one would feel like an oil on your skin, so you'd put on your skin and like your makeup would totally dislodge, or in the morning it would make your skin feel less groggy and really get into those pores. Like, it felt wonderful. It did really good at that. And then when it came to washing it off, I could just do that with hot water. It would turn into that milk style texture and wash off. Whereas other brands I've tried that said they're oil to milk, I'd still need to use a cloth to kind of remove it because it would still feel a bit oily on the skin. This one has been perfect. I really recommend it if you've been searching for a product like that. There we go, we are done. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this empties video. Please do hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a lovely day. Until next time, bye.